children to the next online class of biology for class 10. Today's class we are going to start the new chapter Human Evolution. Evolution is a slow and continuous process whereby complex forms of life have emerged from simpler forms through millions of years. It has been agreed that the origin of life was a gradual process, a result of a series of physical and chemical changes in accordance with the ever-changing environmental conditions. Also, there is sufficient evidence to prove that complex higher organisms have evolved from simple lower forms. To support all this, we have few theories of evolution. First, we will study in detail the Lamarck's theory. Lamarck proposed his idea of evolution on the basis of his studies on the pattern of fossils and matching the organisms to their environment. He explained his findings using the following two principles that were widely accepted at that time. They were the use and disuse of organs and inheritance of acquired characters. The use and disuse of organs states that parts of the body that are used extensively become larger and stronger, while those that are not used, they deteriorate. He explained this by taking the example of a giraffe. Lamarck suggested that the giraffe evolved from the ground-feeding herbivores. But at a later stage, the area fell short of its ground-level vegetation, and therefore the giraffe started feeding from the trees. By constant stretching of his neck and forelimbs over many generations resulted in these structures becoming longer and stronger so as to reach the higher leaves. And then comes the inheritance of acquired characters. He stated that an organism could pass its modification to its offsprings. Therefore, the today's modern giraffe are born with the long neck and long forelimbs only. Lamarck postulated that the long muscular neck and forelimbs of the living giraffe are passed, and they will continue to appear generation after generation. To support the use and disuse of organs theory, we can take the examples of the vestigial organs. Vestigial organs are those organs that have ceased to be of any use to the possessors but still persist generation after generations in a reduced form. In other words, we can say that they served important functions in the organism's ancestors, but presently they are of no use, but they are present in reduced forms. Let's take few examples like wisdom tooth. The wisdom teeth are the last molars on each side of both the jaws. They are smaller and less complex than other molars. We hardly use our wisdom teeth for chewing our food. Then, vermiform appendix. The vermiform appendix projects from the blind end of the cecum as a part of the large intestine, as you can see in the figure. It is a narrow worm-like tube. It is functionless now in humans, but its corresponding organs in herbivore mammals like sheep is quite helpful in digesting cellulose. Then next comes the pinna. We cannot move the pinna to gather the sound waves, which is its main function in other mammals like elephants, you will see, then dogs. They can move their pinna, but we cannot move. Why? Because the poorly developed and functionless muscles are present in human beings in connection with the pinna. Therefore, it is again a vestigial organ for us. This comes to the end of the Lamarck's theory of inheritance of acquired character. Okay, that's all for today's class. Next class we will start with the Darwin's theory. Thank you, children.